The story is told of a man who was speaking on the nature of God. Throughout his speech, he would make references to God's ability. God is able to do this and able to do that. And he spoke on aspects of faith and how people begin to ascribe, in his opinion, things to God that were not actually things that pertain to God. For instance, he would say that someone had went to the doctor and received medicine and were able to overcome sickness through that, and then they would turn and give God credit, and he began to talk about how there are things that, in his opinion, God could not do and God would not do. And at the end of his message, when he finished speaking, he opened up the floor for questions. It was said that one older man in the back of the room stood up, walked to a microphone on the floor, reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a brown paper sack. From that sack, he retrieved an apple. Slowly, he began to take a bite, and then he chewed, and then he swallowed. Again in the microphone, he took another bite, and again he chewed, and again he swallowed. The older man went on until that apple was completely eaten. And as he stood there eating that apple, people were wondering what this older gentleman was trying to accomplish. And finally, when he finished his apple, he put it back in the bag, and he leaned into the microphone and he said, "Sir, I have one question for you." He says, "Was that apple that I ate sour or was it sweet?" The speaker looked at him with puzzlement on his face, and he said, "Sir, I'm not sure. I didn't taste your apple, so I couldn't tell you what it was like." That older man looked at him and said, "Sir, neither have you tasted my Jesus." I would tell you today, if you don't know what serving Jesus is like, if you really don't know what it's like to pray for a need and to see it met, if you don't know what it's like to see a blessing come into your life, I would say unto you today, as the psalmist said in Psalm 34 verse 8, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good." Taste of him today. I promise you, you will be blessed, and a miracle might just happen. This is Pastor Killingsworth. I love you. God loves you, and I hope your day is blessed.